This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come At It.
That's right, everyone. We're back. Don't worry.
We're alive and well.
Don't worry. I know you were panicking a little bit because it's been like 2 weeks since we recorded. And I know we briefly mentioned it on one of our episodes, but we didn't really post it anywhere and didn't really say anything. So, Rory, don't worry. We're here. Also, I hate to say it, before we get into the whole shebang of, go like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, I'm going to make a bold statement here. You don't like music if you don't listen to Corpus Earthling.
Oh.
Okay? You don't like music at all if you don't listen to Corpus Earthling. They did our theme song, yes. And we have a little bit of a bias. But they also released new music, and it's really good.
They did.
Go listen to it on Bandcamp. It is awesome. I love their sound. I love what they do. It's great. Please go support them.
Yes.
If you can. I'm actually thinking about reaching out to get a cassette as well because I'm a hipster. I want one.
What's a cassette, Will?
It's a music playback recording device thing. I don't know. I don't know how to how do you describe a cassette? I have no idea. Anyway, go listen to them on Bandcamp. They are awesome. They are great. Really, really cool guys. And on our end, go like, comment, subscribe on all your web zones.
For our podcast.
That's YouTube. Our parent site is Podbean.
Yes.
You can go anywhere, though. We're on all the stuff. Our RSS feed is everywhere. So please go support us, support them. Do all that fun stuff. Please share if you like the podcast, and let's get into the episode.
Okay. Let me tell you a story.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
Let me grab my pillow.
Yeah, you're going to need it.
Put the flashlight under your chin just so it looks extra scary.
Oh, this is terrifying.
Because after what we just watched, this is going to be horrifying.
I would say the possibilities are terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Because once upon a time, we had a movie called Criminally Insane.
We did.
And I remember we thought it was stupid but amusing.
Well, because we thought at the time that it was extremely low effort. And very stupid.
I won't comment on the low effort part.
Yeah.
But it was amusing.
Yes.
Then, same guy, he made a movie called Satan's Black Wedding. It was like a vampire movie, and we thought it was boring.
I genuinely do not remember a single
There's
fucking
nothing
thing
to remember.
about Satan's Black Wedding. I really do not.
It was boring and pretentious. And then, that was gone, back burner. And now we come to 87. And as I'm building our playlist, our watch list of 87, I come across Nick Millard again.
Yep.
Man who made Criminally Insane and Satan's Black Wedding. He had 4 movies. Okay.
But you see, this is the only one where he got embarrassed. And he had to change his last name.
No, he also used a different last name on, I think, all 4 other ones for this year.
Are you serious?
Phillips. Yeah, I definitely saw it on that Dr. Bloodbath there. But as I'm going through these movies, I'm just going through them, and I preview like a little bit of the movies to make sure that they're like legit.
Well, right, because you don't. If you're new here, we don't do like like
trying to be funny,
spoofy movies. We don't do. We want like genuinely trying to be like a horror or an action film. That is like there can be funny stuff in the movie, but it can't be a farce the entire
Plus,
time.
I also check to make sure like if these movies are on YouTube, which tonight's movie was, that the versions on YouTube are like legit, that they're not in like Spanish or something. Right. So as I'm doing this and I'm watching,
we do very, very little research, but we do research to find.
No, I make sure this is. I'm not.
Yeah, no, we make sure we're watching good quality stuff. Also, I think if you want to watch this movie, which is
Death Nurse,
it is on YouTube.
Just look it up.
Just look it up. You'll find like,
57 minutes long.
Yeah.
But as I'm going through all the movies he did this year, I'm just like, these are so low effort But it's mind-blowing. All of them are shockingly low effort.
Really?
One of them, I mean,
you showed me a clip from the Dr. Bloodbath.
There's one called Dr. Bloodbath, and there's a scene where a guy, he like drugs a woman and drags her into a bathtub, and then slowly takes a big knife and stabs her. And
yeah, it's the same knife that they use in this movie too.
Yes,
and the same house.
All 4 movies are also shot on video with no music.
In the same house,
so
with
it's
the
just
same actors.
Live audio. Same actors, same everything. Live audio. It means you can pick up every grunt, every sigh, every, bird chirp.
Let me tell you
and it's just him stabbing her, grunting, just...
Can I just say that it makes for probably some of the most awkward...
Sleep-inducing
murder scenes I've ever seen. Well, I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. I wouldn't say maybe ever, but, in a while.
Possibly ever.
It could be.
And I said, okay, I'm not watching this. I can't do this. And then...
So you picked this.
Yes, because there was one with like 2 sisters, and again, no. Then there was Criminally Insane 2, which I almost was like, this is going to be the one. But, no joke, 35% of that movie is flashbacks to the first movie, which our movie tonight also has those, but in tonight's movie, it's more like 10% of the movie, instead of like 35. Okay? So I was like, okay, law of averages, this is the slightly less stinky shit.
I just pray we never have to watch those other movies.
Now, if you are oh so curious and you really care, you can request...
Don't put that into the ether. What are
do
you
what
doing?
You want to do.
Why are you doing this?
If you request
Stop
them,
it.
Just no.
Stop it. No, I'm cutting this part out. Fuck you.
No.
We're not watching the other movies.
If you do...
God damn it.
They are not going to be watched...
Why have you done this?
In 87.
Why have you done this? You know.
Well, we had to watch, what was it? Blood of Ghastly Horror? Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fucking true.
So, if you really care, go ahead, but I'm not watching them in 87. Okay? Not happening. It's it's adding to the list, the long list.
We do requests every 5 episodes, so if
you're gonna have to wait
if you really feel inclined for us to bitch about other fucking Nick Dollar, whatever the fuck his name is.
Dollar?
No, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care.
Nick Miller.
I don't care. Who cares?
Dollar Tree.
He doesn't fucking make Dollar Tree. Yeah, Mick Dollar Tree budget. God damn.
So, Death Nurse.
Oh my god, dude. This is like, in recent memory, this is one of the most infuriating films I've ever seen. And you can't even call it a film. It's not even feature length. It's 57 minutes long.
And a good 10 minutes of that is footage from another movie.
And then another good 10 minutes of it is just awkward, like, scenes that go nowhere.
Oh, that's the whole movie.
Because the basic setup is just, like, patients come to a clinic and they die.
Yeah.
That's it. That is literally, I shit you not, the entire movie is that.
Dude, there's...
Because it's like rinse, repeat, same sequences, like, ad nauseum. It's like 3 or 4 times in a 57-minute movie. They do nothing original.
Yep. The movie starts, and boy, remember this. Movie starts with a operation.
Yeah, well, and he's... this incompetent doctor, I guess, is trying to experiment.
Dude.
I think... Okay, so I think what they're trying to do is he's trying to experiment on transferring organs to other bodies. But who knows, because they don't fucking explain shit.
They don't care.
They don't care. Because, I mean, and why should we, really?
We don't.
To be honest. Yeah, it starts with this fucking surgery where he's like, scalpel, sponge.
She hands him a kitchen sponge.
Yeah, instead of a surgical sponge, he uses a kitchen sponge, and he asks for a scalpel, and she hands him a kitchen knife.
Well, it cuts to many brown, rusty kitchen knives laying on the counter, and he...
Well, and the patient presumably is alive.
The patient has like fucking like
tape around his mouth.
Yeah, but like the kind of tape you'd use for like a piece of paper on his mouth.
Well, it's like tape
it's coming loose
to like paint a house.
Yeah, and it's coming loose.
Well, of course, because
It's not made for human skin.
It's not fucking duct tape.
And then he stabs him, and then he dies, and then he digs a hole.
Yeah, for like fucking 2 minutes straight.
He digs a hole.
And then
he goes.
The nurse is like, "Hey, like."
He's like, "I put him in the
hill.
thing.
No one will look for him there." And she's like, "Okay, well, this lady's bringing over another patient."
Yeah, she gets a phone call.
Well, and then cut to her doing the expense reports.
And he complains because
now get used to this because this happens like 3 fucking times.
Because what they're doing. This is the plot. What they're doing is when they kill these people,
it's insurance fraud.
They do like insurance and Medicare fraud.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Yeah, I billed him for that surgery for like $27," and he's like, "What? That surgery's at least $4,000."
Here's what I don't understand.
Don't.
If you know anything about healthcare,
oh please.
You
I
know
don't think Nick Millard
that patients
knows anything
have to pay
about anything.
Have to pay a portion
Yeah.
of their medical expenses.
And not in this movie.
But in this world, the fucking insurance is just like, we got you fully.
Yeah, they're
like,
cool.
We'll pay for any procedure, anything.
Doesn't matter.
Even a clinic that looks like a house.
Oh. Well, see,
because it is a house.
That's the other joke here is so
their clinic is literally in a suburban
it's
house.
the director's house.
Yeah.
And yeah, they get a phone call and this old lady is like, "I got a patient."
Now get used to this because again, this is like
everything.
They set it up.
Whole movie.
The person gets murdered, then they say where they buried him, and then
new patient.
And then new patient, they set it up. Patient gets murdered. They bury him. Set it up. Patient. Are you noticing a trend?
Yes, the whole movie. They bring a guy who is coughing. I'm not kidding.
That's literally the entire.
You get a 2-minute scene of him and the old lady.
This movie
walking to the house
with him coughing like that the entire time.
They knock on the door.
This movie is infuriating. It is so. I wanted to like fucking like squeeze my brain out of my fucking ears, dude. Like I like anything to end like my suffering.
She brings him to the clinic, and she's like, "I'm sure you'll take good care of him." And it zooms in on the death nurse making a face.
It always does.
And she leaves.
Every time they drop off a patient, it zooms in on her making a face. The dude
stands there coughing. And she just stares at him.
And they awkwardly just stand there and have no conversation
zooms in
whatsoever.
on her. And then she puts him in a little baby room. And as he's there, she
grabs a pillow.
And suffocates him.
And then and then it lasts forever because she has to like lay on the pillow while the doctor is doing something. Oh, he's going into the fucking alcoholics room.
Well, she wakes up and starts drinking.
And then goes back to sleep.
And then our death nurse goes to the kitchen and opens a cabinet and sees a bottle of sherry that's opened.
Oh my god.
And she tells the doctor who is her brother.
Dude, I don't want to do that. I fucking hate this movie.
And she's like,
so
"You need to tell what's her name to not get in my sherry."
So he's like, "Okay." And
he goes to her room and is like, "Stop it."
He's like, "We have a deal," and pulls out a liquor bottle.
And then he lays on her.
And
the deal is he gives her liquor and she gives him wet pee-pee.
Liquor for wet pee-pee.
And he literally like starfishes on her, and she just
rubs his back awkwardly. And it's clear that they're not even kissing.
No,
like he's just laying on top of her.
It's just audio of like blankets ruffling and fucking.
So then, of course, our nurse is doing expense reports. And then what happens?
Or she gets a phone call.
Let's do a pop quiz here. What did we just say happened when she's doing expense reports? She gets a call from the old bitch. Mm-hmm. Her words, not mine.
Yes. Many times. And I think she brings her the new patient. I
No,
think.
remember? So
Or is she like, I want to visit him?
she wants to visit him, and then so the fucking nurse is
She's
like,
like,
"Hey, we have to go unbury this guy."
And so we get a repeated shot.
Of him digging a hole.
It's the same shot from before, literally
And
the same
he
shot.
drags the body and sprays off the fucking
We get
body.
a awkward 1 minute shot of this dude still breathing.
Now I
being
also
sprayed.
want to take note. This is the fucking director. This dude getting sprayed by like a garden hose and coughing and everything. This is our director.
This is Nick Millard. His wife and his mommy are in the movie as
Yeah.
well. Okay, his mommy's
His
the old bitch.
His mom's the old bitch.
and his
and
wife's the wino.
What a film.
What a legacy.
Okay, so
Oh god.
So he brings him back in, and then the old bitch shows up and goes up to the room, and you just see the director laying on the bed. He's supposed to be dead, and they weekend at Birdie's him because they just like flap his arm, and then it has to. We know what's happening, right? We know clearly the doctor is waving his hand.
We have to see it.
But they have to show it because apparently Nick Millard thinks that the audience is very dumb, as dumb as he is. And
Yes.
so they have to show the doctor waving his hand, and we are like, okay, we get it. But they show it for fucking ever. And
We get, and then it's like, yeah, she's sitting at her desk, and then phone call.
she gets a phone call, and this is where we get the new patient
With something.
He has like a mental thing.
I don't fucking know. They end up doing heart surgery
I don't
on him.
know. Anyway,
But they bring him, and then she's like, "Can I see so and so?" And then we get a coughing, and then we see a like 30-second shot of our doctor standing at the top of the stairs coughing.
I think
And
that
we're
was.
like-
I think we like did that out of order. I think he did the coughing,
Yeah.
and then they see the body. But anyway, it doesn't matter because.
It literally doesn't matter.
So this is where the old bitch gets convinced that this is a good clinic, right?
But she leaves the guy there.
Keep that in mind. She keeps the guy there, and they immediately start to be like, okay, we have to perform.
Well, no, he
Also,
the
this
doctor
is our dude from the beginning.
Yeah, it's the same actor. Yes,
It's the
the
same
doctor
actor from the beginning.
wants to do open heart transplant.
Yeah, so he's talking to the nurse, and
she's like, "No.
we don't have anyone to do.
We don't have a heart."
And he's like, yes, we do. And it shows the fucking dog.
Okay,
a corgi,
okay.
A corgi just laying on the
A dog that has not been shown for the whole movie.
Yeah.
There's just a corgi laying on his back. Okay, director's dog, whatever. And then it cuts to the same room, same patient at the beginning of the fucking movie.
This scene broke my brain.
I think this is their attempt at being funny.
This scene is so anti-funny that I don't even know.
This is the closest the movie gets to being memorable. Is this fucking nonsense?
I guess, but they forgot the like one key thing
Oh my god.
in continuity that you have to do
No.
because they're operating on the guy on a table, right?
No.
And so he's
No.
like scalpel, sponge, and they use the kitchen sponge in the same scene.
No, he's also like bone saw.
Yeah, and like she hands him a regular saw, and he's like, "Where's my bone saw? You left it in the other patient."
Which he did not.
He didn't
Which
even
is
use
not-
the saw
he's
on
not
the other
using
patient.
bone saw. It's a
he
fucking
used
lie.
fucking knives, so it's a lie.
But he's like, whatever. He like starts cutting off screen, and
Yeah.
they spray ketchup on the guy, and then she's like, "Give me the heart," and she hands him like
and drops it.
the dish, and he drops it, and we get I'm not kidding, like a 10-second shot of him just staring at the ground.
And then a cat laying next to like a heart.
Cat food,
And then they start chasing the cat around the patient's table,
which is just
But-
a table in the living room.
what is absent from the table there?
Everything.
Because the patient is not there.
Yeah.
There is literally nothing there.
Yes. They're
They're just running around an empty kitchen table.
It is a 30-second scene of them chasing a cat
Yes.
around a
and
table.
then they show the same scene of the cat laying next to fucking cat food.
And then that's it.
That's it. And then the nurse is like, I'm going to storm in the garage, I guess, because the fucking
And then we
pill
get
is full or so. I don't
God.
fucking know.
We get a scene of her going
She feeding rats.
goes to the garage basement.
I'm not even mentioning the dream sequences. We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that at the end.
Care. Who cares?
She throws like chunks of meat on the floor, and they cut to like bullshit footage that they had of rats.
It's like a completely different filter. It looks like
it looks ancient.
It's
older than Nick Miller.
So
okay,
old.
It's older than his fucking mom. It's embarrassing. And they're like, "Hey, Harold, here's your food."
And Dead Man. And then she does that, and then she goes back to accounting, and then of course she gets a call.
Is this where the guy shows up?
No.
The fucking inspector?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
That's at the end. This is where old bitch shows up.
Okay.
Because old bitch wants to stay there now.
She's like, "I got a new patient."
And then she walks up to the door, and she's like,
"Where's the patient?"
The nurse is like, "Where's the patient?" And she's like, "I am the patient."
Because you guys took such good care of
whatever his fucking
Mr.
name
Davis,
is.
I'm checking
gonna
myself in.
Check in, and so she's like, "Okay."
It zooms in on her face, and then old bitch's
Oh well, so we see the nurse go back downstairs and start feed. Like she has the bowl of food and like a broom.
So this is after the guy.
Oh yeah.
So there's literally a scene. She just walks into like their main area, their living room. Sorry, and there's a guy with like a fucking
the health inspector
with like a fucking
and he's like
a clipboard.
And they got
he's like, "You guys got a rat problem."
The doctor's like, "This is the so and so. We have a rat problem." He's like, "I'm gonna have to shut you down until you figure this out."
She's like, "You can't do that." And he's like, "Nope, you have to move your patients."
So what does she do? She immediately goes into the kitchen.
She goes to the kitchen,
grabs a knife, and just fucking stabs him.
And they do the thing.
And they do the thing where it's just awkward. Her just
and you just see like her like tapping on clothing.
Dude, the knife barely penetrates whatever.
It doesn't penetrate shit.
I know. It just like it fucking glances off of it.
It's like
every time.
1 minute just it's same shot.
It's
same
so
shot,
awkward.
Same shot,
it's so fucking awkward. And then the old bitch shows up and we get her. She goes and kills a rat.
Yeah, she just
and then
literally smacks the ground.
I guess presumably,
dude,
feeds her the. I don't fucking know.
Because
when she was taking up because the old bitch is there, she kills the rat. And then I'm guessing they were trying to show that she was feeding the old bitch the rat.
But all
that's on the fucking tray is a piece of toast and a salad. Where's the rat? Where's the fucking rat?
Where she even says like some stupid one-liner.
Well, she says like, "I made it special for you" or something like that. Yeah, and
it's
then
like,
laughs.
Okay,
and
it's not a rat.
So the old bitch is done, and she tries calling for the nurse. And then goes out to take the tray down.
And she checks the other rooms, and they're all empty.
Well, and then she goes down, and she sees the nurse, and she's like, "I demand to see this guy immediately." And the nurse is, I guess, mask off now because she's about to kill the fucking old bitch.
And then she does.
Well, because she was like, she's like, "You need to get back to your room," and they got discharged or whatever.
Yeah.
And fucking, I don't know. And then she says some rude shit and then kills her.
And then, yeah.
Oh, and then the booze hound also sees her killing her.
No, so there's because she keeps nagging the doctor like to finish the booze hound, and then after all this, and she has another phone call where someone asks, "Where's the old lady?" And she's like, "Oh, she just left."
Yeah, she didn't tell us where she was going, and she left.
That's fine.
I guess because that makes sense.
Talking to the doctor, and is like, "You've always wanted to perform brain surgery.
Like, let's do it on the fucking drunk."
And he's like,
person.
"Okay." And then
he's like, "I'm fond of her though," and
she's like, "That doesn't matter."
She doesn't matter.
And then she goes up to the room with a giant clown needle.
I love how they're like,
"Oh my god,
okay, let's perform brain surgery." And she just goes up and kills her.
Just stabs her.
Just fucking
and that's
murders her.
And that's it. There's no brain surgery.
And then she's like storing the fucking bodies in the basement, and there's a knock at the door.
Yeah, we see a guy pull up in a civilian car, and then he just walks up and knocks, and she's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Detective so and so, my brother is like, or my cousin's here or something, and she says like, you can't be here.
Yeah, and
he's like, well, give him these magazines.
Yeah,
and he starts leaving.
And he smells something, and we get like 30 seconds of him.
And she's looking out the window, and she's like, that bastard. That bastard. And then
he goes to the garage and opens it, and she's like, son of a bitch.
And then apparently sees something.
Well, and then he closes the garage, and she's like, son of a bitch.
Well, I guess he sees something in there because he opens the garage, and in the film, with our own 2 eyeballs,
there's nothing
in the garage. But
well, there's a bunch of fucking clutter.
But apparently he sees something.
So anyway, he walks away.
No, he walks back up to the front, and the death nurse and death doctor they sit on the couch,
and they just look defeated.
And he knocks on the door, and they just sit there looking exactly like the 2 of us looked watching this. And the camera zooms in. And the end.
Now let's briefly go over
the bullshit.
Well, this whole movie's bullshit.
The extra bullshit.
So, periodically through the film, she'll like fall asleep. The nurse will.
It's the same shots of her sleeping,
and it's just her sleeping on the couch.
Yes,
but it'll go to dream sequences that aren't sequences. They're just shots from Criminally Insane, where she kills the fucking couple on the bed, and then
there's shots of a cemetery.
The cemetery scene,
and then there's a scene also from that where she's like, she puts on a red dress and runs to the park.
That's it. It doesn't matter. Who fucking cares? They literally has no connection to the movie.
It has no connection to anything.
It was just padding. So there's no reason to even bring it up.
It's a 57-minute movie.
Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Everything is atrocious. Everything is bad. Everything is just horrible.
Now, Will, when we watched Tales from the Quadhead Zone,
yes,
you know,
I did make a statement.
I kept telling you before we watched this off podcast. I was like, I think there is a movie in '87
that's worse.
That will be worse for you.
Which is crazy because he made Black Devil Doll.
And
from
mind
Hell.
you, when I said that, I was not sure which of the 4 we would be watching of this dude. I just knew
that is crazy.
I knew regardless of which one I picked,
God, dude.
It would be worse than Tales from the Quadhead Zone. And you know what?
How?
I think it is.
Again, I will ask this again because we've already had it with like Al Adamson and shit like that. How do these directors get worse? It's like they don't learn anything.
No, there's no effort
from bombing so hard. They bomb so hard that you think they would actually put more effort into their movies. Absolutely not. They put less effort. It's like they don't have to care anymore. It's like when Al Adamson stitches together fucking like 3 fucking movies because he doesn't want to. He just gave up.
Man, even Al Adamson directs better than this.
I know, but what I'm saying is I don't get how they think these ideas are better than what they did direct.
Dude.
You would expect a director to get better over time, not worse. At least better at like camera angles.
No.
Acting.
No.
Script writing.
Absolutely.
Fucking
script.
Fucking the script is all over the place.
Acting?
Like fucking
dog.
The actors repeat lines so often.
I don't even care about that.
Insane.
Every actor in this is like they're on like fucking Valium or something.
I know. Well, and they're clearly just they literally here's how they think they set up a shot, right? So they got the camera and then the actors would read their line and then they would just film it.
Well,
they wouldn't memorize the lines. Yeah. They would just read it and then literally like put the script away real quick and then just do the scene.
Here's what kills me. And this is just the nature of the type of filming they did.
Yeah.
Is every shot with like 2 people is like they do the, 1 angle, 2 angle.
Right.
So they film person's face, they say their line, switch to other person's face, they say their line, and it's like every scene's like that. Just basic bitch filmmaking.
Yeah, it's just like stationary camera, no movement whatsoever.
No style, nothing. But what's fucking kept driving me insane is every time scene starts and it's like that of the VHS camera.
Yes.
And then they say their line, and it cuts, and there's like that fucking millisecond of silence between when they stitch the two shots together.
You know what I hate?
And oh
there's
my
like
God.
so many awkward scenes of people just like staring at each other.
Yes.
And there's scenes where
How many
like
scenes?
the nurse will just like pace around the room for like a good like 30 seconds.
Ooh, I remember the scene that broke you. I don't remember why she was pacing, but there's a scene where it's like her in the corner of the living room.
Oh fuck this!
Because it has the big curtains everywhere, and it's just her pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I think like 30 seconds in, you were just like, stop. Stop.
And then she like slowly turns, and then you're like, is she gonna pace around the room one more time?
Well, she stops, and I'm like, she's gonna do it. She's gonna turn around. She's
And
gonna
I'm
turn
like,
around.
please no,
And then she
please
turns
don't.
around, and she paces back, and you just
I lost it.
because she just kept going and going and going and going and going.
This movie fucking blows.
How
Like,
many scenes in this end with just an awkward shot of her just like grinning off camera, and then they
zooming
zoom in.
Yeah,
they zoom in
literally
like so far.
every time, every single sequence before she fucking kills someone, they do that.
They zoom
Like
in.
I'm not kidding
Yeah.
you. Every fucking time.
But it's not like.
Oh my god.
But it's not like, they start the shot from far away. No, it's they're already in close up.
I know, and you're like, how can this get more awkward? And then they fucking zoom in on her fucking nose.
They zoom in on like her fucking nose sweat pores, and it's like,
oh, it
okay.
could get more awkward. Okay, cool, and it just did.
Oh, for this
Awesome.
For this shot, I'll zoom in on the spots on her cheek all the way, and it's like, dude, no, don't do it. Just don't do it.
This movie's not worth your time. It's not even worth 57 minutes.
Yes, it is. It's on YouTube. Go watch it.
It's one of those movies where it's like, if I was watching it by myself, literally like 5 minutes in, I would have turned it off.
I think you should watch it.
But this is here. We got people like challenges, right?
Oh, well, no, watch it.
Here's a challenge
YouTube.
for you. Watch this without getting annoyed. There's your challenge.
Yeah, have fun with that.
And message us if it actually happened. If you got through it without getting annoyed, and you can't lie.
Well, if you didn't get annoyed, I'm going to assume you were one of the you're related to Nick Millard.
Well, yeah, or you're one of the people in this movie.
Yeah,
Because they're in every fucking Nick Millard movie.
they were in every movie he
They're
made in
in
87.
every fucking and the old ones.
Oh, in the Death Nurse case, yes, she was.
She was
insane.
criminally insane.
That's how they got away with
Now,
endless flashbacks.
also explain the fucking dream sequences because there's nothing. It's just padding.
because we had footage.
It's clearly padding.
Yeah,
That's blatant. They don't even try and connect that. Anyway, fuck you, Nick Millard. Okay, that's all I have to say. Let's do Shitty to Pretty.
I mean, this should be the most obvious thing on the planet. It's a 1.
It is a 1.
This is ass.
It's
This is
not
worse. This is worse than Tales from the Quad Zone.
I would rather watch Tales from the Quad Zone, which is saying something because that's one of my least favorite directors of all time.
Yeah, that was
He
still
made
better.
literally one of the worst movies I've ever fucking seen in my entire life, and he made a movie that is better than this.
And his follow up was still more entertaining than this.
At least it had the shwa, 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 and the weird domestic violence the scene at the
Without,
end.
I am being completely unironic. It was not this low effort.
No,
Like this is
on a whole nother level.
there's so little effort.
It's not even like worth saying it's like the worst movie I've ever seen because like it doesn't even try to be that. It doesn't try anything.
It's just a bunch of people in the director's house.
Well, they had like one scene and they just repeat it.
Yeah.
They have one setup scene and they just did that over and over and over.
Well, it's
and
like
over.
even the death scenes.
Yeah, because
There's
they're all
nothing
the
there.
same. They're all the same.
But
Everything.
there's no like especially there's no crazy effects.
I
right?
know, but I hate the repetition. It's just all the fucking same.
See,
They even had an actor play 2 fucking murder victims.
he gets murdered the same way. Well,
Yeah,
how convenient.
exactly the same way.
See, if there was some creativity in the filming and
Oh, sure. I mean,
the
listen,
gore,
if they tried to do something with like crazy death scenes, or one of them gets like thrown down the stairs, or it's something, little bit of effort.
well, it's like they set it up where it's like, hey, you wanted to perform a brain surgery.
Like kick a dummy out the fucking window,
Yeah.
or something. I don't know, but like,
instead it's
they
just-
don't do that.
They poke at someone's clothing in a close-up,
They don't do anything,
and that's it.
it's like the lamest death scenes on the planet.
The only one that was like mildly different was in the very beginning when they poke the stupid kitchen knives like a millimeter into his clothing.
You got just the tips.
And they just stick there.
Yeah. Listen.
That's it. That's all you get.
Again, go watch this and try not to get annoyed. That's your challenge.
Maybe there's a sequel.
There is a sequel. Try to watch any Nick Millard film and not get annoyed.
We will probably watch the sequel.
I guarantee, because you open fucking Pandora's box, someone is going to fucking recommend
Yes.
watching those movies, and we will have to watch every fucking one of them because of you. This is your fault.
It was inevitable.
This is your fault. This is not inevitable.
Oh, it is.
They could. I mean, I know. Listen, our audience is very smart and intelligent. I love them
They would
all.
look it up.
They would look it up. They would.
They'd be like, hey.
But you fast tracked it, okay?
No, they'd be like, hey.
It might have taken them a minute. You opened this.
Good.
You made it a reality.
You will have to watch Criminally Insane too.
I know one of these fucking crazy
And-
fans will immediately go to fucking Instagram or Facebook or wherever and be like, you need to watch all the Nick Millard films. And I'll be like, what the fuck? Why? Why has Alex done this to me?
Well, listen, you can't just say that. You'd have to, if you do request, you have to specify which ones. Because if you just say all of them,
Stop.
No,
Stop
I'm not
it.
doing that.
Stop. Just quit while you're ahead. Just stop. I don't want to watch these movies.
Yeah.
Stop.
Every 5, well,
Fuck.
every 5. And with 88, he has more than one. But
Would you
chances are,
Would you stop?
can
you please stop?
I will also just pick one.
Can you please fucking stop?
Nick Millard is not done.
Stop. I know. I want him to be done.
There's a sequel to Death Nurse, Will.
I don't care.
It's probably
I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care.
I care.
Apparently, because you're just welcoming people to recommend this shit.
What I want to know is, does Death Nurse 2 have flashbacks to this
Probably.
and
I guarantee.
Criminally Insane?
Yeah, probably. It'll be like an Al Adamson joint where he stitches 3 movies together.
Except it's even lazier.
Yeah, except it's just flashbacks instead of multiple movies. Oh, fuck me. Okay, well, great. So now, it's inevitable. It's just a matter of time before someone recommends all these Nick Millard films. Thanks for that. I don't have really anything else to say. This is shit.
No.
This is a piece of shit.
Fucking
awful.
It's it's upward from here.
Well, until we get to the fucking
Oh, we got
recommendations.
We
I know
got-
we got a ton.
We got several Al Adamson joints to
Which is great. Thank you for that too.
go through.
And we already did Uwe Boll if you're new here, so don't fucking even
Don't
try.
even- don't even think
try.
about it. I'm not doing
We
it.
did every fucking Uwe Boll film except for his new one, but fuck that. We're not fucking doing it.
Yeah, no.
Um,
I don't need to do it.
yeah, we're good. We're good.
I reserve the right to have executive decisions, and for Uwe Boll, all the executive decisions. Baby.
Another shameless plug here, though, since this is a really short review. Go to YouTube. You can watch all the Uwe Boll reviews right there. Just go right there. You can watch all of them
Oh, well, I was gonna say, matter of fact, you can watch
or listen.
just all the reviews in general.
Yeah, we got like 200. So if we take like another impromptu 2-week break, you got plenty of content right
And,
there.
if you want to see us just completely defeated, those Uwe Boll reviews.
They're pretty bad. I fell asleep during one of them. Like literally, like
There
I
was a
fell
dragon
asleep.
attack,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you were like, "I can't do this."
It's one of my favorite moments in Team Cone history where I fell asleep. I woke up. There was a dragon attacking them, and I fell back asleep.
It is bullshit. And you love dragons. You're like, "This is
I
dumb."
do. I fucking love dragons. I love that shit. I love fantasy. I love all that shit. I could not do it.
And you're like,
I couldn't do it. I'd be like, yeah, nah. And then just fucking passed out again.
Not worth it. It's fine. You didn't miss anything.
No, I know I didn't. Yeah, so anyway, we're going off on a tangent, but that was
Death Nurse.
Death Nurse, and we are They Mostly Come In at Night. This has been Will.
This is Alex.
And we'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye. Please don't recommend those. Please.
Don't be an old bitch.
No, be an old bitch.
Don't
do it.
Don't do
Come on,
it.
Be
Don't
a bro.
be a bro.
Or sis. Come on. Be a bro or sis. Come on.
Be
please.
one of.
Please.
No.